welcome back to the Capital G podcast, your weekly gaming news roundup for this last week in gaming news. And this week we got Subnautica 2. Got some, I don't know, it's got some chaos going on with the studio.
It's chaos over at Subnautica 2.
It's a lot going on.
We got more follow-ups on Xbox. They're doing more crap. It may surprise you. After all the crap from last week, they're even more crap on top.
More crap on top? Just crap on top of crap. And then we got the FBI seizing a Nintendo ROM website. Who could have seen that coming?
We got a little rumor, speculation coming in that Need for Speed, the series, is shelved for indefinite amount of time.
My dad is in tears, shedding real tears right now. Let's get into the Subnautica 2 stuff. I was reading up on this, and it's just a lot of chaos going on. We'll nail some of the stuff that's going on quick and then get into detail. But Subnautica 2 has been delayed to 2026 per Bloomberg. They had like a crazy change in leadership as well. Like the original guys that started the studio no longer work there anymore. And then there was like a document that got leaked that the studio, like the parent company of Unknown Worlds, people making Subnautica 2, there's a document that leaked that they confirmed, Krafton confirmed to be real. So we'll get into that too. But first, we'll start out with the delay, which this kind of started, I don't know, a lot of people were not very happy about this, especially devs, because they had set a $250 million bonus to be paid out to devs if they reached a certain, reached certain sales goals at a certain time, within a time frame. But what had happened was that they Krafton delayed the game to 2026. So now they can't meet those goals at all. So now this money isn't going to go to any of the devs at all, or at least wasn't going to go to these devs.
$250 million.
$250 million, which was going to be split up between all their employees, which Unknown Worlds, people making Subnautica 2, they have about 100 employees. And so I guess with these bonuses, a lot of these employees were going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them even in the millions, just off of this bonus. But Krafton went on to explain that the delay, delaying Subnautica 2, did not involve anything monetarily, and it was just from player feedback and from their playtests. And then they also went on to explain that when the previous leadership had control over the company, that they had discussed delaying the game, which one of the previous co-founders of the studios, Charlie Cleveland, he said via Reddit, "We know that the game is ready for early access, and we know you're ready to play it." Which leads me to believe that that's not entirely true, that they talked about delaying it, but
somebody's lying.
Somebody is lying. It doesn't seem like the relationship between Krafton and old Unknown Worlds leadership was very positive. But yeah, they had a huge change in leadership, which that was kind of the first bit of drama to come out of all this. I hate saying drama. It's this is actually this is tough stuff. But previous leadership for Subnautica 2 was replaced, and quote from Krafton, effective immediately. So the original founders, Max McGuire, Charlie Cleveland, and then the CEO, Ted Gill, all removed from the company without notice. Next day, get the stuff off your desk, you're done.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah. Charlie Cleveland also said via Reddit, quote, "And after all these years to find that I'm no longer able to work at the company I started stings." And then he also went on to say, "And I also want you to know that this is not where the story ends." This was via a huge Reddit post that he had breaking down, I guess, his feelings of Krafton and him being taken away from his own company, which, I'm sure, yeah, it does sting, especially after you were the one, you started it with your friends, Steve Papatis. I've never seen this last name before.
That's a French-looking last name. I don't know how to say that.
I don't know. He's the former Striking Distance CEO, and he will be the new CEO of Unknown Worlds. And Striking Distance was a studio that made the Callisto Protocol, which I believe is only that studio's second game ever. So they're pretty new to the game. But yeah, Krafton, the parent company of Unknown Worlds, has not said why they replaced the other three. But they acquired Unknown Worlds in October of 2021. And they even said that they wished that they could keep on the original creators of Subnautica, but, and this is their quote, "wishes them well in their next endeavors." So it's I don't know what the relationship is between these companies, or what Krafton was thinking of these three guys. Because why was it only the leadership that was replaced, you know?
Yeah, a lot has not been said.
No, pretty in the dark on that one. The new CEO is optimistic that he can kind of keep up the pace of development and, quote, bring renewed energy and momentum, which we'll touch on this later, but Crafton, I guess, was not very happy with how slow previous leadership was. But C.H. Kim, who's a CEO of Crafton, said, quote, "There is nothing more important than the gamer experience. Given the anticipation around Subnautica 2, we owe our players nothing less than the best possible game as soon as possible." Which leads me to believe that, what I just said. They believe that the previous owners were working way too slowly for their liking, and they want something out quickly, which, that's always a good sign in the gaming industry, is wanting to get something out as soon as possible.
Yeah, nothing bad ever goes when there's deadlines and rushing.
Yes. But yeah, that's what this new document that was leaked. This is like the freshest bit of news, is that a document leaked of a milestone review for Subnautica 2, and it shows Crafton being extremely disappointed with how far behind the game was compared to where they actually want it. And they go on to express that they think the game should have a lot more content for being a sequel rather than what's in the game now, which the game is supposed to release. It was supposed to release this year in early access. But they don't even think it's ready for an early access launch, even though the previous owners think it's ready. Like, they want it out. But the previous owners are suing Crafton. All three of those guys are suing Crafton, and I guess they have more to say. But one light at the end of the tunnel on this one is that Crafton did agree today, July 15th, that they're going to be extending the bonus earnout period of that $250 million.
All is not lost.
All is not lost. That could still get paid out. But again, still they have to meet those requirements. They have to meet certain sales goals for that to be paid out.
That is crazy that they were going to be like, hey, you can't have this huge bonus that we've probably been dangling in front of you for a long time because we think we should move the release date. Yeah, I wonder, I don't know, it almost feels like you said, they're dangling something. They're like putting a carrot in front of the pig that's like, hey, get this done, do what I say, and then the carrot's gone. Like, didn't even get to enjoy it, Or I
even
assume there's some sort of middle ground truth where maybe the game wasn't far enough along that they didn't want to put it out, because I don't know. It's such a weird move to do all this. Like, they could easily do it in early access, but maybe they're scared of like extreme negative reception with like these games that become sequels that aren't different enough from the ones that come before it. Like Kerbal Space Program 2 had that at launch.
Yeah.
City Skylines 2 had that at launch, and then Overwatch 2 had that at launch, where it's just like, why are you making these sequels to these games and coming out with way less content than there are in the base game? Right.
Yeah, I think they definitely need something. I think they do need something bigger. Like, I don't disagree with, wanting more content, but after looking at like the document that was leaked, I believe you can find it on Reddit. It seems like they were in a pretty good spot to release it in early access. But Crafton did want, like, they want, I don't know. It sounded like they wanted it closer to a 1.0 release, which, there is no release date for a 1.0 release, and early access is pushed back until some point in 2026.
Yeah, I think it's early access now is kind of weird because back in the day, early access was early access. Right now, early access is like, oh, you get the game early, and people have higher expectations, I think, of early access.
I think that
back in the day.
I think that is very true. I think very, very true.
Like when you play Minecraft early access, you're like, well, this game has nothing. But then eventually it became like this full featured thing, Now people are like, oh, early access, I expect just the full game. Oh, why isn't there enough content? Oh, I'm so bored. I paid so much money for this just for it to have nothing. It's like you're kind of play testing the game. You're in early access.
Yeah, I saw like some like hardcore fans of Subnautica say like, put it out, please. Like, we want to play it. We were there for the early access of Subnautica 1, so we can be here for the early access of Subnautica 2 and help, like, the devs build the game and stuff. But I wonder, I guess, how it would be for like someone who is like more of a casual Subnautica fan, like who didn't try early access and only tried the full build. Like, if they decided to jump into if they were like, oh, I really like Subnautica 1, now I want to play Subnautica 2, and then they were like, I wonder if they're afraid of being like disappointing, I guess, a casual enjoyer of the series, and then getting review bombed on Steam for like an unfinished product or something.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of cases, like I said, of these sequels coming out, not having enough content, and it's like, well, why even do a sequel? And I just keep updating the first game. So there's high expectations, and I didn't really realize that Subnautica was this big of an operation. So like $250 million of just bonuses, it's like, it has to be a smashing success. This game,
right? It has to be huge. Which the first one is rated extremely well, but yeah, I feel like Subnautica 2 has to absolutely knock it out of the park compared to the first game.
Definitely.
Which I don't remember. They have like it's almost like a spin-off, right? Isn't it? It's like Subnautica Below Zero.
It was a DLC. I thought it was DLC.
Oh, was it? Yeah, Subnautica Below Zero.
Is it a spin-off?
Open world survival action. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a spin-off to Subnautica. Yeah, I don't know. That is a lot of money to promise developers, and I hope if they were to meet those goals, that they would actually be able to hold up on their end of the deal. But that's $250 million is a lot of money.
Yeah, insane money. Subnautica is one of those games also that it's like I wish I liked. It's one of these games that's like my perfect genre of video game, and I've downloaded it. I bought it during some Steam sale. I downloaded it, and it's like one of the few games I've had to return just because I got so motion sick playing it.
Oh God.
Something with the field of view, then you're navigating in 3 dimensions. I had to return it because I was so motion sick. I was like,
because it's not just forward, back, left, right. It's you are controlling a little watercraft, I guess.
Yeah, and it looks so good though, but because I love the little crafting survival kind of games, but
yeah, survival crafting is definitely that's your vibe.
Couldn't do it, but it looks good, and I wish the best to all these people working on the next one because it definitely seems like a high quality product.
Yeah, and I just you hear this thing with indie studios of I just don't want them to be screwed over from their parent company. I don't know how close they are or how similar they'd be to someone like Embracer Group, but a lot of people are kind of skeptical of Embracer Group because of how they treat their indie studios.
Yeah, but, this is definitely one of those weird indie games where it's a AAA game where it's kind of indie, but it's got all this money behind it and this huge other company.
Yeah.
It's is it really an indie game? Kinda.
Yeah. And they said they want. I think at this rate, it is questionable what is an indie game, but yeah, I know Krafton did all. I read something that said that they want development to be more in Unknown Worlds' hands, but with again with this document that was leaked, it's whoa, how much control are they actually having over this game? But yeah. We'll see, and I wish them the best, and I hope they get their bag. I really hope they get their bag.
Krafton's also behind Inzoi.
Oh, I didn't know that. And that's
I was looking at what games.
Game, right?
They got a bunch of games going on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next topics. Good luck.
Good luck to Unknown Worlds.
We got more Xbox stuff coming up because everyone loves Microsoft at the moment. So yeah, last week we talked about how Xbox laid off 9,000 people, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's mad at them. Everyone was speculating, why they do this, blah, 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 blah. They cancel all this stuff. Well, guess what? If you want a job at Xbox, it's your lucky day because they're hiring. If you look on Indeed, they got a beautiful post up that used AI art.
Yes.
Hey, we have a couple positions open on Indeed.
Their graphics department, by the way.
Yes. Mike Mastel, the principal development lead at Xbox, posted on LinkedIn about hiring for a graphics position and used a horribly AI generated image because it's a woman on a laptop. Everything's green, and it has the classic ChatGPT style of that cartoony kind of look. And the monitor is on the wrong side of her laptop. All the graphics, the screen part of the monitor is on the other side.
It's on the other side of the monitor. All the text is on the back side of the monitor. What are you looking at?
It's so horrible, and it has I don't know. There's AI has this weird, especially the stuff ChatGPT makes, a yellow filter over it. It has that yellow look and that style that you can just tell is AI generated. Mm-hmm. And it's so in bad taste after the rumors that Xbox, and not so much rumors we'll discuss later, is positioning themselves to use more AI because of Microsoft and all their Copilot bullshit, and that's why they were cutting a lot of their workforce. Mm-hmm. And it's awful.
I think even just after all these layoffs, just being we're hiring is also in bad taste.
Insane. Just don't do that.
Just saying that we're hiring, bad taste. Using AI to announce it, horrible taste.
I'm sure they're
beyond disgusting.
I guarantee you that they're not filling in positions they just fired because that wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
But it's just super bad taste from we have to hire. I'd be just wait a month. Just hold off. I know you need to fill that position, but hold off.
For real. I just don't know. I don't know if this is an Xbox approved post either, or if Mike Matzel was just oh, I need this position, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. without even thinking.
He's the principal development lead. Like, that's a high up position.
It's a high up position.
Like, bro was definitely in all these meetings where it's like, we're firing all these people, we're doing all this stuff. It's like, come on, can you... It's sad. It's sad. It's just, like, super depressing, apocalyptic. It's awful.
And this was from a LinkedIn post. The comments are roasting him. Oh my gosh, they are flaming him. Like, a lot of people...
Why would you even make a cute little post? Like, he knows, even if it was, like, there's no AI generated bullshit, why would you make a post? People are going to flame him no matter what. Just, like, do something on the DL. Do something chill. Because you can post a job listing, and I'd be like, look, here's an AI graphic. Here's, like, all this stuff. It's just, like, be chill about
it. Be chill is a sentiment that I think a lot of people could take
just,
up.
Like, post on Indeed. Post on Indeed. Make it... You don't have to make a whole big ordeal out of it. It'll be like, oh, I'm posting it on LinkedIn. You know, blah, 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 blah. I'm making it public. I'm doing all this stuff. It's just so disgusting and rude. You're spitting in the face of all the people you just ruined their lives.
Yeah, not even spitting.
All the people that struggle.
You were shit in the mouths of people.
All these people that like struggle, who are worrying now, panicking about what they're going to do, how they're going to pay rent, and it's fucked up.
I want to pull this comment from LinkedIn that I'm looking at right now. Someone just said, "Big L."
Big L. It's a massive L.
Big L. It's. Oh, I'm seeing another one. Do fucking better. I don't know what more you can say other than it's just like so disgraceful. I'm just seeing more comments being like, didn't you just lay off over 9,000 jobs?
Like, I only could imagine if that happened to me at my job. I think I would cry if I saw that posted. Because it's just like, what?
Well, that would be the most disheartening thing to see of all time.
It's just disgusting. It's just so, it's like hyper rude. It's like, it's also like how stupid you have to be. Like, if you're not doing it out of malice, it has to be out of just like 100% incompetence. I
think it is just incompetence, which is it goes to show how incompetent you can be at a high position. You know.
I guess so. I was just kind of hoping that all this like firing stuff is coming from Microsoft and not like actually Xbox. But it seems like the high ups at Xbox also are just like up their own ass, being as stupid as possible.
Yeah. Because I remember when a lot of this Xbox stuff first broke, that I was like, oh, is Microsoft forcing like higher ups at Xbox to do this? Like, is this not actually Xbox is doing? But then you hear what Phil Spencer says in his, goodbye, see you later email, where he's just gloating about how good the company is. And then you see this from a higher up at Xbox. I don't know. It's
sad. I still assume that Microsoft is the one calling all the shots on the firings, but it's just like, it's super tasteless and rude and disgusting.
Yeah.
But we got more Xbox stuff. General manager at EA Japan had some opinions on it, if you want to get into those.
He did have some opinions on it, and the opinions were negative, shocker. But his name is Shaun Noguchi. He criticized Microsoft and other similar companies for just being shareholder first, like just appeasing the shareholders. And he was very critical of games being canceled after spending so much time on them. And he specifically was talking about Perfect Dark when he mentioned that. And he explains how the word restructure in the West usually comes off as very vague and is sometimes used as kind of like a positive word, where like, it's like they're doing this because it's good for the company. But in Japan, they use it very bluntly, where when they mean restructure, they mean people are getting laid off. They're not trying to hide anything. This company's like, it's happening. Layoffs are coming. And a quote from Noguchi says, particularly in recent years, foreign affiliated firms have increasingly demanded short-term results for large-scale investment. And then he explains further that big changes within these companies or projects is happening too quickly before enough time is, put into them. They're not letting these developers cook. He said, this is another quote from him talking about like, canceling games after they've been in development for so long. But he said, quote, feels like the worst move, which I think, not to put words in his mouth, but I think he means like monetary wise and like and development wise and also consumer wise. And then we'll end this one with one more quote from Noguchi where he said, hype with no follow through burns trust for both fans and the studio, which like a GM, a general manager from EA is saying that, that people hype up these games, like they'll release like an announcement trailer for a game like years before they do anything else for it. Like they'll show off they'll announce like a concept and then nothing else for like several years.
Yeah, I do like how they run stuff in Japan like that way. Like obviously Japan has like horrible work culture like everywhere else, but they're not ones for firing or for canceling big projects like that.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think once they put the time and we see it with Nintendo where they'll show off a game for like they're like, oh, here's this game. Everyone gets excited. They're watching the trailer, they're getting hype, and then at the end of the trailer they're like, oh, release date 2 months. Comes out in 2 months.
Yeah.
There's no like cyberpunk issue where like they teased the game 8 years before like we saw anything else from it.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that him talking about that 7 to 10 years waiting and canceling a game that's in work for 7 to 10 years. It's so true. Like economically, just like every way you look at it, for the art of it and for like the economics of it, it's an awful move because like you're just wasting all that potential. You have built out all this energy into this thing, and then you're just gonna cancel it, and it's like I don't know. It's hard to comprehend. It's like one of those dumb quotes about planting a tree. Like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. It's like you've already got this thing going. It's going to take less time for you to finish it than it would for something new to spin up and cost less. It's like,
yeah,
it's best to fix something than it is to just cancel and start all over.
Yeah, it's so much wasted everything, like money, time,
the emotional impact, like the amount, like right. If you're making art, like these people are making art, they're pouring 10 years of art into something, and then like they never get to have that release of having it, people see it to the world and people get to play it.
Yeah.
Imagine what that does to morale, like when that happens, and maybe you've been on 2 projects where that happens, and it's like, okay, great, I'm never gonna have anything to show.
I feel like every article we've tried to like read about, these projects getting canceled or like these layoffs happening, every single article goes, they end it with morale is extremely low. Yeah, of course it is. It's like I don't blame any of these developers for like shaking in their boots when they clock into work. Just like any day the project could be canned. Or if you're, 3 owners of a indie studio, you could be kicked out of your own studio.
Yeah. Like imagine you're working on this game for 10 years, you're doing like graphics or something. You're working on, I don't know, character graphics. And you're like, okay, 10 years of work I poured in this, man, I can't wait for this game to come out. It gets canceled, you get fired. Like, can you even put that work on your portfolio? Because it's like probably all under NDA. So you just have like a 10-year hole where it's like, I didn't do anything,
Yeah. I wonder if a lot of guys, because I remember when, Concord happened, came out, was only on the market for like 2 weeks. I saw like a week later on X, the guy who did like a lot of the first-person animations, he was like, well, that sucked, but here's my portfolio, and just posted his portfolio on X.
Yeah, at least that stuff came out, so you could be like, here you go, you can look at it. But it's like, imagine your game gets canceled, and you're like, oh, it's all under NDA.
Yeah.
I can't show anyone any of this work I did. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of way around that, because that would suck to pour your heart into something for 10 years. Be like, well, I can't even use this like time I've just spent to get a new job.
Yeah, because I don't own the IP, even though I made this.
Yeah. Because I've seen like a lot of games leak that way, where it's like, oh, look at this concept art from this game that got canceled or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then I'm sure it's again, it's scary to be like, oh, I made that. You can't say that because it's
and you're trying to get a new job, you have to put your name behind it and be like, here you go, here's just some stuff I did.
Yeah, so you have to throw all this effort into like if you're getting fired, you have to throw all this new effort into like something new that's not even for a project of just like, oh, I made this animation while I was waiting to get laid off.
That sucks. But we got more Xbox news. That's even more suck.
This is more suck.
I guess 200. So out of like the 9,000 people, I guess 200 of those people were working at King, which is like Activision's mobile division where they make games such as Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
And sources have suggested that all those staff.
Well, it's
via an anonymous employee.
Source. Yeah, it was from one employee.
So it's like I'm sure it's been somewhat verified, but take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But I would trust it. That the 200 employees that are let go are already being replaced with AI, and it's AI that like the employees helped train that got fired. Mm-hmm. So it's like they're getting replaced. They're basically getting exactly replaced by their successor, which is the AI that was trained off everything they did, just like directly an AI stealing their job. It is crazy. It seems like jobs were associated with level designers and copywriting for King.
Yeah, it was like the copywriting narrative team. They like they said this employee said almost that entire team is gone.
And if you're a real gamer, you're probably like, well, who gives a fuck about the people who write the story for these mobile games? It's like, if your dream is to work in games and you get a job working at King, I'd be so happy with that job, because it's like, this is a game that has so many players. You get so many eyes on all your work that you do. It's like, it's still, I don't know. These games still hold in a position role in a lot of people's lives, especially in the developers' lives. It's, I don't know. It's sad, It's not less sad because it's King.
Well, I think mobile gaming is like the highest platform for playing games, isn't it?
Yes.
Like a majority of people are on mobile, so it's like, even getting to play or like work at a studio. Like if you are a capital G gamer, getting to work at a mobile game studio is still like that I think that's a high achievement.
It's a huge economy, especially for one as big as King. That's just like huge.
Yeah.
King purchased. Now, how would you say this?
I think Palterion
in 2022, which is an AI firm, in that King has been using AI for playtesting. And then, how would you say this person's name?
Sahar Asadi, who's the head of King's AI Labs.
Yeah, he said that we absolutely need designers, and that we see this as a co-pilot for designers. It is an assistive tool. What the playtesting tool provides is insight about the gameplay before release. And this is just when they were this quote from when they were using AI tools to assist level designers before those level designers were let go from the max layoffs.
We gotta say level a lot, but yeah, that quote being before they laid everyone off is crazy, because the article that we got this information from was only from like late June, and then those layoffs took place like a week later. So it's like, when did he really only say this like a week before letting them go? Because if that's the case, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that quick of a I know they were probably working on this AI for a long time, but like that kind of quick of a turnaround to be like, oh, we need these guys here, and then next week they're gone.
I feel like this is definitely a Microsoft move, because those employees who are working like on the AI stuff, there's no way they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have our jobs replaced by this.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they thought that was coming. It's just it's sad. It's more sad. Shout out Microsoft for just really adding the sad level to all these shows.
Well, in my fear, is like, this is a slippery slope. Like this is like this is something that could snowball, because like, even though we're starting at like mobile games, like level designing, level designers losing their job to AI on like a mobile platform, what's gonna stop level designers for someone like id Software working on Doom and then having an AI work on levels for Doom?
Yeah.
Like,
I like the idea, because I'm not like 1000% against AI, because I like the idea of AI being an assistive tool where these developers can now expand the scope of stuff they want to do. Like, oh, instead of doing the super tedious thing that I spent forever doing this thing, I can spend more time to create art and like expand the scope of what we actually want to do. I don't like the idea of these AIs just being like, we don't need people working on this. Let's just have them make slop and post the slop.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm very anti-AI, and I don't want like any sort of like soulless anything. My brain is just like stuck on Doom right now, like Doom levels. Like I think there's so much effort that goes into secrets when it comes to the Doom levels, and like it's so satisfying being able to like figure out like a secret that you were like, oh, I don't know how to get to there, and then all of a sudden you figure out and you get whatever secret it was. I don't know if I want an AI taking that kind of position at all. Actually, I don't. I don't want that at all. Because, when I collect a secret, I'm like, oh, a person put that there. They had a lot of thought behind putting that there. They made that tricky for the player on purpose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. And, yeah, I don't know. There's so much to say about it.
Yeah.
I hope there's some good Microsoft news coming on.
I think I've said this before on the pod, but I used to be a big Xbox guy, and I don't like saying that at all. It's
definitely on the Xbox is sunsetting. Let's just say that they're on the downswing.
Yeah, big time.
If Game Pass doesn't pay off, it's over. Basically, I think they've put all their eggs in Game Pass basket, and if it doesn't pay off, if the economics of it don't play out, if they're not able to capture enough market, it's over. I would guess, unless they just become like a game publisher developer kind of thing.
I could see them kind of doing something like Valve, where they're like, oh, let's just be Steam, like let's just be a marketplace, but then maybe like add Game Pass on top of it, so that way everyone just like, opens up their app to, play Game Pass games and then play whatever games they have in other libraries.
Yeah, if Game Pass can exist for long enough.
Yeah.
We will see.
Well, do you want to hit this Nintendo one? Yeah, go for it.
The FBI has seized a Nintendo Switch ROM site. They seized a site called NSWU2.
NSW2U.
NSW2U, which is a popular site for Nintendo Switch ROM games. And it just allowed people to download them without buying. Classic. And you can play it on a hacked Switch, or a emulator that you can run on your PC. And the FIOD, a Dutch government agency that investigates financial crimes in the Netherlands, has gotten involved. And it's been on the EU's privacy watch list since May, and is blocked by ISPs across Europe. And this is as reported on by Torrent Freak.
Yes.
It's not really anything crazy. It's not like that big of news. It's like Nintendo does the thing that they do.
Yeah, I just thought we couldn't talk about it because other sites are coming down too. You know, like they're like, ever since the Switch 2 launched, when they like updated their privacy policy stuff, like they have been on the crackdown on all of these kinds of sites. Like this is just one that's been taken down. I think what I found the most interesting about this one though is that a Dutch government agency got involved. But
yeah, I'm sure Nintendo's reaching out through all their means, like, okay, take this down, take this down, take this down, and they're reaching out to like every big government agency. Mm-hmm. It is wild though. Like, I'm a big proponent of emulation, but it is wild to be pirating Switch games.
Yeah, like right on release stuff like that is crazy. Because I also think, like, you know, games preservation is extremely important. But like all the games just came out. Like, it's not that they're not available. You can get them.
Yeah, I think yeah, and Nintendo has, like, you know, the underpowered hardware, so it is nice to emulate on your PC and actually be able to play these games like at decent frame rates and resolutions.
Yeah.
But at that rate, you should probably still buy the game and then just rip it yourself, because it's crazy to pirate a game that is still for sale.
Right.
Like, you can't go any way in thinking about that and not think it's stealing. Like, there's no cognitive dissonance where, like, oh, I'm not stealing this game.
Right.
Because it's still for sale. It's like if you're trying to buy Pokemon Emerald or something, you're like, I want to play Pokemon Emerald. There's only one way to do it, and that is to download it off some website. You could go to a used game store, rip it off the cartridge, then emulate it. But it's like, I think if the game is not officially for sale, it's more morally gray. And by morally gray, I mean you should probably just do it. You should probably just emulate the game, because there's really no other modern way of doing it. Yeah,
especially that's affordable, you know?
Definitely, because some of these old games, they cost so much money to get them from a used game store.
Right.
And then you got to get a ripper from like some weird website.
Yep.
And it's a lot. It's a lot to ask for you to be like, I want to play this game that's 20 years old.
Well, even if you're like, yeah, if you're feeling nostalgic, like you're like, oh, I used to play this game on GameCube all the time, but I don't have a GameCube and I don't have this game. Well, then you have to buy a used GameCube, which, you know, my girlfriend and I bought one, and that was already $100. It set us back. And then we found Kirby Air Ride as well. I mean, I still bought it because I like owning physical stuff, but, you know, I think someone who just wants to like play it for an evening or maybe like a weekend, like, we bought that game for $80. No one's gonna spend almost $200 just to play this game that, you know, they're craving a little bit of nostalgia for.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think taking down the Switch ROM site is not necessarily a bad thing that Nintendo does, but I hope it, you know, it just, you can't let Nintendo get a win, because Nintendo, they're gonna take that W and they're gonna be like, now what if we took down this website that's hosting these NES games? It's like, okay.
Right, exactly. Or, you know, they'll do what Nintendo does and they'll make an example out of you.
Yes, that is true. That they do that. They do be like, okay, who's the person running this website? You owe us like 10% of your finances that you've ever earned for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that one guy has to pay back $2.4 million. And I think he has to give this section.
It just comes out of his paycheck. It just comes out of his paycheck until he pays off.
Yeah, and he ran a Switch ROM site, if I remember correctly.
It was something like that, or he was doing something Switch related.
I think it was a Switch ROM site, but
it would be nice if Nintendo was more accessible, but they are like a corporation who's trying to make money, so
yeah,
it's not unexpected.
Just let me, you know, put the game.
At least they didn't fire anyone.
Bring back the how sick the fucking Wii Shop was of getting to play all those retro games. The library was small, but you could still play like Mario 64 on the Wii. You know, let me do.
Nah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
I can justify emulating the games then.
Oh, I see.
It is nice though to be like, I can just open up my Switch and be like, oh, I want to play this weird Game Boy game I've never heard of.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Fire and Ice. Oh, I played that with a whole group of friends on the one of the Nintendo Switch Online. I can't remember which system it was, but banger game.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Let's move on then.
Fire and Ice? What is this game, bro?
It's just like a little puzzler. It's just like a silly little puzzler where you're like a little wizard.
This looks like a Flash game.
It's so fun.
I've never seen this game before. I've never even heard this NES. I feel like I've heard of every NES game. I've never heard of this
It is an NES game? Okay, I thought so. I just didn't want to be wrong. Give it a whirl.
Are you talking about Sonic Boom for the 3DS, Fire and Ice?
No. The game is just called Fire and Ice. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's like a little wizard guy, a little green wizard.
Yeah. Little green wizard guy. Anyway.
Well, moving on to real games, Need for Speed. Shelved forever.
Shelved, yeah, indefinitely. They're saying this source. So this comes from Matthew Everingham via his Instagram. He says EA has shelved Need for Speed, and it's for an unknown period of time. And he seems pretty credible because he is a photographer for Speed Hunters, which Speed Hunters was like an EA-funded site that was like kind of all about cars and like car culture, which included like a bunch of like photo sets of people's cars as well as articles about cars. And all of a sudden they just pulled funding. Like EA was done funding the website, which they got the funding through the Need for Speed games. But now, according to Matthew, with Speed Hunters being shut down, or well, funding being pulled, and he is shutting down the website, he says that it's not happening. They're shelved.
No more Need for Speed.
Allegedly, but that does kind of suck because that was the arcade racer, like the at-home arcade racer to play.
Yes, it is sad, but if you look at the trajectory of that franchise, it has been going nosediving.
Yeah, definitely. It's I think it kind of lost its footing once it got to more of like the modern console, like once it kind of hit the like Xbox One era, it kind of lost its footing quite a bit.
Let me see. What was the last good one in my opinion? In my opinion, the last good one, let me keep going back. Oh god, I gotta keep going back. Need for Speed Most Wanted, 2012.
I think most people would say that too. Is that the Need for Speed Most Wanted was like the last good one. I can't lie, I enjoyed Need for Speed Unbound, which is like the most recent one. I didn't play it a lot, if I'm also being honest, but I thought it was a fun entry into the series. But I just don't think a lot of people heard about it. And I think Need for Speed, the damage had kind of already been done at that point, where nobody was really interested in Need for Speed, and also everyone who was into cars or wanted a car video game was playing Forza Horizon. Like that was kind of pulling everybody.
I feel like there's still a market though for it because Forza Horizon is a platform exclusive.
Right, but I think I wonder if that audience is dads though. Like I feel like
I think dads and kids, like kids love that kind of arcadey racing games.
It's true. But I think the majority of racing fans just enjoy like that like mix of like sim and arcade racing that Forza Horizon offers.
Yeah, I think Forza does a good job of combining the best of both worlds.
Right.
But Need for Speed has A$AP Rocky.
The Unbound does have A$AP Rocky. It opens with an A$AP Rocky song, which was kind of part of the reason why I decided to download it and give it a try. He is in the game. That's true. He is also in the game.
How could it not be a winner?
How could
they lose?
I liked the animations because they were kind of pulling from like Into the Spider-Verse, where it was like very comic booky. Where if you flew through the air, like little comic book wings and a halo would spawn on your car, or like it was like hand drawn graffitied almost. And then if you use nitrous, like the smoke had like a cell shaded effect. Well, I think all the characters had cell shaded effects, and then like your like these little circles would spin around your wheels, and I thought it had a really cool aesthetic. But yeah, I don't know. The game just didn't like driving felt okay compared to other.
It's just nothing compared to Forza. Forza's just so good.
I think once you get a taste of Forza and understand how like Forza Horizon works, it's like it's hard to grab anything else.
Yeah, Forza Horizon scratches that itch for me. If I want more arcadey, you go like GTA even. And then if you want anything above Forza, you're like, I want to go more sim. Let me play some, whatever, some Assetto Corsa or Gran Turismo.
I'm hitting that Midnight Club LA, baby, for my arcade racing. I don't think there's an arcade racer that's been that's topped that one for me.
And what is this game?
Midnight Club LA. Midnight
Club LA.
It's made by Rockstar.
Oh, no wonder I've heard of it. I was like, where have I heard of this before? I've not played this one. This is an era of games I do not know that much about, and 360 kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think that was probably like in my youth, That was probably the racing game I played the most. And then, I hopped into Forza Horizon the entire time after that.
Well, RIP, Need for Speed. I bet you at some point it comes back. That's my guess.
I'm guessing, yeah, I guess the same thing. Well, they'll do like a big comeback where they'll be like,
ooh, here's the big retro revival.
Right, but honestly, I think they'll just call it Need for Speed. Like, I don't think they'll have, oh, no, I can't say that. They already did that.
They'll do it again.
I forgot. They already did that. Unless if they come back and they go.
One of the classic ones. They could remake one of the classic ones everyone likes.
I think they already they recently remastered. And I say recently, I mean like in the past couple years. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So
was it good?
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 was like the first one the remake.
Well, I know the first one people like, but is the remake good?
I don't know on that one. I think my dad got it. He's a big Need for Speed guy. But he didn't report back on if it was good or not.
Need for Speed. Yeah, this is 2020. This game came out 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's got all his classic dad rock,
Classic. What kind of reviews it has very positive reviews on Steam, so there you go.
Sure.
People like it.
One of these days. Because I played that game a lot.
People like games. And we're talking about the best games of the year. We're halfway through the year, and we're trying to get in Jeff's mind. We're trying to read inside that beautiful dome of him.
Jeff
Look right
Keighley,
into his beautiful ocean
Keighley,
eyes and think,
we see you.
Jeff, what are you cooking up in there?
What are you cooking up?
So we're going to talk about our games of the year so far, and then we're going to talk about what our predictions are for the actual game of the years.
Yeah.
Game of the year, we're going to be predicting. And then at the end, we're going to put a lot of money on it.
Like $250 million. Yep. A bonus of $250 million.
Would you like to start with your favorite games of the year?
Yeah, I'll throw mine in there. So my first one is Monster Hunter Wilds. And I think that's like, if I was to order it, that would be my number one, because this is definitely the game I've sunk the most time into. I almost have 100 hours into this game, and I just, anytime I'm like, I don't know what to play, I boot it up, and I love every single second of it. I love crafting perfect builds with perfect armor, perfect weapon. I think this has like some of the best monster design out of all of the Monster Hunters because it's so diverse. Because I felt like Monster Hunter World was just like, like once you get past like the intro, it's just like, here's dragon, and here's another dragon, and here's another dragon. Oh, guess what? You're gonna be fighting a dragon. And this
I hope you like dragons.
I hope you like dragons.
Do you like dragons?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, this one's like, we'll fight. First fight's a chicken, and then you get to fight a bear, and then you get to fight a snake, and then a leviathan, and then a dragon, and I don't know. I feel like it's very diverse. But yeah, that would be my number one. My next game, and this is kind of like not in any order at this point, but
put them in order. That's not your next game. The next one on this list is definitely not your second.
No, I think my next game would probably be Doom: The Dark Ages. I love first person shooters. I love movement shooters, boomer shooters. And I'll say Doom: The Dark Ages, in my opinion, isn't as good as like Doom Eternal, especially soundtrack wise. The soundtrack is really lacking in in Doom: The Dark Ages. But I still,
because they fired that guy.
Because don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that. I could talk about that for a whole hour. But I thought overall it was good. And I had a fun time with it. I enjoyed the weapons a lot, but I feel like after a while you didn't have to like use your whole arsenal. I felt like you could just kind of get away with using the shield and the super shotgun for most of it. Like, I don't know, but it was still an enjoyable time, and I liked the idea of like, rather, running away, you're just like a refrigerator. You are a walking like 5-ton refrigerator. Because like one of the coolest parts of the game is just like jumping off of any like structure or like any like high place. Because when Doom Guy slams down, like the ground shakes like crazy. There's a shockwave that goes out, and it plays like the bassiest slam I've ever heard in any video game. Like you feel like a walking tank. But I'd say my third game of the year is South of Midnight. I personally just really like the story on this one. I thought the gameplay was like very reminiscent of like a classic Xbox 360 game, which I like. I like being thrown back there, but I think it gets a little repetitive after a while. But the story is just so... I felt like I could connect with it a lot. I liked it. I enjoyed my time playing through it. I also, like, I don't know, within the first hour, it made me shed real tears. I played through that one with my girlfriend, and yeah, that's got some good memories attached to it. And then my fourth and final, because honestly I have not played many games, this year, like that came out this year. Avowed. But I put a little asterisk next to it, put kinda next to it, because I don't feel like I'm far enough in the game to like give a proper rating on it, I guess. Like I'm like maybe 25 hours in. And I think my favorite part of the game is like the magic. Like I think the magic casting in the game is so cool, and I'm not just talking about like the wands that you can get with the like the wands are cool, but like anytime you cast a spell, the animation is so fire. Your character like speaks like this crazy like magic tongue, and it sounds so sick, and it feels so cool. Yeah, I gotta jump more. I gotta jump back into this one, but I definitely I put it on my list for now because it's fun. It's still fun.
That's crazy. You got like the evil person list, Xbox Glaze over here.
That's yeah. That's the part that sucks. Three of these games are on game. Hi-ya-ya. But this was before. This was before they got all cringe and yeah.
No, I gotta play Avowed. I got to. And South Midnight looks good.
Avowed is good. Even like the melee combat is cool because like there's like a lot of like hit stop when you hit somebody, so it feels there. You know, you really feel the force on it. And there's also guns. Like there's like muskets and stuff, and like the muskets kind of can have like some magic attached to them. I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's cool.
What a boring, small, short, baby list compared to my epic, large, huge Chad list of games I've played this year.
Let's hear the Chad list. Let's hear it. Whip it out.
The only new game I played this year is Mario Kart World.
And
that's a list
full enough to trump mine for sure.
I was going through a whole calendar. I was like, what came out this year? And only Mario Kart World, because I'm hashtag frugal gamer, hashtag patient gamer. I'm waiting for that Steam sale. And let me tell you, that Steam sale just happened, and I bought very few games. I am a frugal gamer. My GTX 1080 cannot play that many new games. So I'm just playing Mario Kart World, because those games never go on sale, so I don't feel bad buying them at full price.
Also, but that's like your favorite series.
Yes, I had to, because I love Mario Kart. I got a lot of core memories of me getting that Wii U and playing Mario Kart 8, grinding out those things, grinding out all the Grand Prix, grinding all the time trials. And then they're like, yeah, too bad, you can't have fun for another 10 years. And they brought the heat with Mario Kart World. It was fantastic. I loved waiting in line to get the Switch 2 at midnight at Best Buy. That was so much fun. Me and my sister did that. That is a memory I will have for the rest of my life, because I've never done a midnight release before. And Mario Kart World, so good, so amazing. Love everything about it, except all the stupid interconnecting bits are so bad and so trash. The open world is so boring. I was glazing it when the game came out. I was like, open world is so much fun. No, it's bad. I've had time to sit on it. It's not good. They shouldn't have included it. I think it was a waste of time for them to do. I just want the 3 tracks. I think it's a cool idea. I think if I was like, what do I want out of my dream Mario Kart game, I would have said open world. That was a mistake.
And they did not include the online. Absolutely.
The online,
trashed.
I just want to do 3 lap races. I just want to do versus mode online. But no, I got to do all this stupid intermission crap. It ruins the flow. It ruins the items. And it's overall bad to play online. But let me tell you, it's still the best Mario Kart. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably still a little better. But I went back to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because I was like, let me boot this up. And I played a game online like last week, and I could not do it. I was just like, this game feels robotic and slow. Like the tricks in the air, and you can like change your direction in the air, and everything just feels so much more smooth in Mario Kart World. I know some people don't like the drifting, but I really like the drifting in Mario Kart World. It's good. I definitely think it's going to be a contender for Game of the Year. I think Jeff will be having that up there as a nominee, because you gotta have that. You gotta have that little bit of Nintendo glaze.
Yeah, I feel like when Mario's in the question, sometimes he's up there.
If I had to, well, yeah, but like looking at all the games I played, I've only played games that came out previous years because I buy them when they go on sale. If they're like AAA games. And then I've played indie games, but none of them came out this year. My favorite game I've played this year is probably Pseudo Regalia, which is like an indie platformer. So good I left a Steam review, but it did not come out this year, so I cannot count it towards my list. And all the other indie games I played this year, they're all bangers. Doesn't count because they did not come out this year, but they're my game of the year in my heart.
Yeah, I have like I've bought some new indie games like from this year, but I'm classic Steam gamer. I still haven't played any of them. Like I Am Your Beast is like one of the highest rated games on Steam to come out this year. I still haven't played it. I bought it when it was on sale, and I'm hyped to try it. But
yeah, Pseudo Regalia. I launched it. I thought the movement looked cool in the trailers. I launched it, and it just gripped me. I beat it all in one day. It's been a minute since I played a game like that. I played like 6 hours in one day just because it grabbed me and I couldn't let go. Let's talk about what we think. Jeff, what's Jeff thinking? Jeff is in the stew.
We know what number. We know. I almost feel so confident that this year it will be Expedition 33. That's like number one on our list right now. I'm extremely confident that is what will take home Game of the Year.
That's what I'm feeling also. I'm feeling Expedition 33 is the number one choice for the number one pick.
Unless if some like heater comes out in the second half of the year, but we'll see.
Is there any heaters coming out this year?
I haven't looked at the list.
I'll look up the list. You talk about the next one.
The next one that we think Jeff will throw up there probably won't win. Definitely won't win. Monster Hunter Wilds. I think that one will be nominated for sure. Just because it was so hyped and it's like I want to say overall it's a well-received game. It has a Metacritic score of 88 and a user score of 7.2. I know those Steam reviews are bad. I know they're really bad, but it seems like most other there are still a lot of PC players who are enjoying the game. And console players seem to be enjoying the game quite a bit too. So
yeah, I think just because of the negative reception on Steam and because the overall negative vibes around the game, it carries a negative aura around it. I don't think we'll get it on the list.
Like, oh, you don't think it'll be nominated at all?
I don't know. There's kind of some heaters on this list. Like, out of this whole list that we have typed up already, I would think I would cut out Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah. Well, how many do they usually do? Like 5?
6.
They do 6.
And we have 7 on this list that we're going to be talking about, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's nominated, but that's because I'm a big Monster Hunter fan.
People like it. People like it.
Yeah.
High critic score.
Yeah.
A game that's even higher critic score. Blueprints.
Yeah.
Indie puzzle game that everyone's been glazing. People saying it's the best game ever. I've only heard positive things.
For sure. Which I'm not much of a puzzler, but hearing how much positive press has been on the game, I want to try it.
I don't want to try it. No matter how much positive press there are, you will not make me play this game. I've seen gameplay. I do not want to play this. No, thank you.
Just not that into puzzlers?
I don't want to do escape room for multiple hours. No, thank you. That sounds like hell.
I guess I didn't know it was escape roomy. That kind of makes.
Well, I don't think it's escape roomy. It's like you're doing puzzles. It's like 3D. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's definitely for someone, and it's for a lot of people because it's definitely nominated, and they need the indie pick. They need their Balatro.
Yes.
Next up, we got Split Fiction.
The couples game of the year for sure. If there is ever a couples category, this would be the winner for this year.
That does make me actually think of another game that we probably should add to the list, which I'll bring up at the end. Remind me to bring it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll definitely do Split Fiction. Jeff has good connection or has good relations with Hazelight Studios, and that dude who always goes on stage, who I'm blanking on his name, who is funny every single time.
And then he's a guy that goes the Oscars.
That guy.
I think most people know from that.
Shout out him. So we'll see him again, definitely. Then we got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This game, when it came out, everyone was glazing it. Everyone was loving it. I think it definitely could get a nomination. It's one of these ones where I think I'm on the fence about if it's going to get it or not. It's a sequel. It's kind of a niche game, but
a little bit.
People love it.
And it's PC only, which, these games that we've mentioned so far have come out on other platforms. I believe all of them have come out on all platforms. This is the only PC exclusive title that's on this list.
Is Blueprints multiple platforms?
I believe Blueprints is on consoles. I'll look it up quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on consoles.
Because I think it came to Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken.
Googling?
Yep. It was a day one release on Game Pass.
Well, there you go. So Blueprints, boom. Kingdom Come Deliverance on the fence about, but I think definitely has the critic backing.
It does.
Get it on the list.
For sure. Same critic score as Monster Hunter,
Yeah, but isn't shrouded in negativeness and also...
Right.
I don't know. I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance I heard a lot about at launch, but there hasn't been a lot since, because it is just a single-player game. Monster Hunter Wilds comes up in the news more often, so maybe that makes it more likely to be on people's minds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next, we got up the obvious pick, Death Stranding 2. Jeff's boyfriend made this game. I think this will definitely be on the list.
Yeah, I don't.
We may see them kiss when he hands over the award. What? You can't say that? We may see a passionate moment on stage, perhaps between Jeff and Kojima after this one.
We might. That's actually so true.
No, this game actually does look extremely sick. I have to beat Death Stranding 2, Death Stranding 1, so when this comes to PC, I can play it, because it looks so good. The graphics are insane. I will probably need a new graphics card, but it looks insane. The performance they get out of the PlayStation 5 is wild. All the humans in the game look insane. All the environments look insane. It deserves it.
Even like
everything I've heard, it deserves a win.
They're like tech videos that they did of just like showing off like Sam like holding the camera and like the characters are dancing and stuff. Looks so insane.
It's so good. So
yeah, good. I think, and even just like Jeff loving Kojima as much as he does, it'll be on there for sure.
That aside, I think it is worthy of a nomination.
Yeah,
I think it's worthy of a win. I do think something more like Expedition 33 deserves it more because it's more of a standout. It's more of a sleeper hit,
Yeah.
They perhaps deserve the recognition more than Kojima, but it's hard to put that all, it's hard to weigh that against each other. You can't really be like, well, because you're already the GOAT, you don't deserve another award.
Yeah, it'll definitely come down to the committee on this one. But I want to say I'm more confident in Expedition 33 winning it just because of like, how long it was in the press for, like how long it was talked about, like just throughout the internet, and like
yeah, I think people were surprised by Expedition 33, surprised by the quality that new team developed. But Death Stranding 2 blew people away.
Definitely.
Like all the clips on Twitter, I've seen just like people walking around. I'm like, holy crap, I need to play this. Sadly though, all those 6 games I've listened so far have no chance, not a chance in hell. F- all those other games. Donkey Kong is going to win. Donkey Kong coming out this Thursday. It's going to smash through all of them. We're going bonanza mode. We're killing the competition. We're punching through all of them. It does not matter. Donkey Kong on top, baby. Thoughts?
I don't know yet. I genuinely don't know, because it looks the game looks amazing. The game looks like a 3D Donkey Kong game, the 3D Donkey Kong game that we needed. Do I see it in like the game of the year? I don't know. For me right now, it's hard to tell. But
what won game of the year last year?
I was literally just about to say that. I know it was Astrobot. That's true. It was Astrobot. So
and you're telling me Donkey Kong Bonanza is not going to be as good as Astrobot?
Which Donkey Kong Bonanza looks more interesting to me than Astrobot, but I haven't played Astrobot either. But yeah, I could see it being nominated just to have like more of like a variety of different types of games up there. But I feel like all the games we've mentioned are all very different styles of game.
Would you like to put money on the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza will get a higher Metacritic score than 93 by the time I record next podcast?
No, you think it'll get a higher than 93?
I could see Donkey Kong getting. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look up what did Mario Odyssey get? I gotta figure that out.
Okay.
Before I put some money on this, it got a 97.
Whoa!
I think Donkey Kong Bonanza gets at least a 95. Would you like to put some cash on that, Jared? Would you like to put some cash?
Like $250 million type cash? Or?
$250 million. I was thinking more like a Slim Chickens meal or like $5.
All right, yeah, let's do $5. I think it will be I think it'll be under that, but I'm not saying that it's not going to be
under
a good
Expedition 33.
Yeah, I think it will be.
So as we record this, the 15th of June, July is it July? The 15th of July.
Yes. 15th
as we record,
of July.
Expedition 33 has a Metacritic score from the critics 93. So if next time when we record, because
Donkey Kong should have, or you think it'll be a 95?
I think it's gonna be 95, but we're gonna bet that it's gonna be higher or lower than 93, right?
I think lower than 93, but I think it'll be up there. Like I think it'll still be a highly rated game.
Yeah, I'm willing to put money on that. I'm willing to put $5 on it.
All right, I'll put $5.
I'm guessing 95. That's my guess. My guess is 95.
All right.
In my heart, though, I'm thinking. In my heart, you know what I'm really thinking? 98.
What if it's exactly on? Do I still get it? Do I still get the $5?
If it's exactly on, you get the $5.
Okay. I'll take those off.
It has to beat Expedition 33. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's Mario Odyssey. I'm so excited. It's the same team. It's Mario Odyssey Plus. It's Mario Odyssey even more.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the end of our predictions, but I got one more prediction that I put on top that I forgot to include.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear the surprise.
Peak
is it's a good one. Peak
Jeff
could be up there.
loves his little indie games. He loves. He gave Repo a shout out at the Summer Games Fest. And
it was a small shout out, but yeah, shout out nonetheless.
With the climate of like all this negative stuff happening with AAA games, I think you need an indie representation. So I think Peak is another good one. It's not. I don't know if it's necessarily a Game of the Year contender, but maybe it'll be nominated. I feel like it's got to be nominated for at least something, and maybe they'll do Game of the Year because it had such a big impact. We'll see if they can keep the momentum up throughout the year. But
I don't know about Game of the Year on that one, but if they Do they usually do like a multiplayer one, like multiplayer game of the year?
They do all sorts. Yeah. There'll be some.
I could see it win
multiplayer.
I could definitely see it winning indie. I can't believe I didn't think about that one, but I could definitely see it winning indie for sure.
Yes, they need some sort of indie nomination. I think Blueprints is perhaps a little better for the category of game of the year, but it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you would like to add to this episode, to our nomination predictions?
I think you're gonna owe me some lunch. Is what I think.
Well, it's $5, so half your lunch, perhaps.
Other than that, I think that's it. I think we have a good prediction list so far. We might have.
Should we narrow it down to 6? Let's narrow it down to 6 right now.
Narrow it down to 6. If we were to narrow it down to 6,
which one of these are we cutting out?
I would probably,
because we're gonna cut out Peak. I assume Blueprint's gonna get the indie over Peak, and then which out of these 7 that we listed should get cut?
I think I would either cut out probably Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, just because the game is not on all platforms. It is a PC only game. But I don't know. Yeah. It's not really decided
I'd almost cut out.
Oh, you would?
I don't know. It's tricky.
I find that
like, is that game of the year material?
I think so, for sure.
Yeah, I think I have a bias because I didn't find that one as interesting as their other games that they made. I don't know, just like the subject matter of it.
Sure.
I didn't think it was as cool as the other ones, but it is. People really liked it, so
yeah.
Let's call it Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I think that would be the one to be taken off. But what I was gonna say is I don't know if maybe it being restricted to only PC like would be a reason for it to come off, because it is just about the quality of the game itself, not really how many people played it.
Yeah, and Death Stranding 2, that's PlayStation 5 only.
Right.
And Donkey Kong, and then we don't even have Mario Kart on this list, bro. I think they only do one Nintendo game, and they'll probably do Donkey Kong.
Yeah, we'll see.
They'll do Donkey Kong. Okay, so I think it's good. We got Expedition 33, Monster Hunter Wilds, Blueprints, Split Fiction, Death Stranding 2. That is our halfway year prediction. I think towards the end of the year, like maybe a couple weeks or a week before.
We could even do a month before. Awards. That'd probably be safe enough.
Yeah, or maybe when they announce it. No, we have to do it before they announce it, because we have to be able to predict what they're going to announce.
We got to do it. I think we got to do it like a month before.
Okay, we'll see everyone in November then for that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. It's okay. I did one last thing before we end the episode. I did look through and see what games are coming out the rest of the year that could possibly be Game of the Year contenders. Mm-hmm. Borderlands 4.
Oh yeah.
Possibility. Sonic Cross Worlds Racing. Probably not. I don't think. I have a feeling. I don't know. Not Game of the Year. I just clicked on all the big ones. We got Pokemon Legends ZA. I don't think a Pokemon game will ever get Game of the Year.
Unless if this one's like a spin-off insane, one. Like,
this one's not going to be insane. This one, I don't think is going to be insane.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good. I think it's just going to be them brushing off all the failure of their past games and trying to be like, okay, let's do a quick reset and be chill for a second. And then Gen 10 will be hopefully the insane out of the world one.
I think I'm hoping Pokemon Legends ZA shifts my list for game of the, or for my personal games of the year.
Yeah, I think it'll be on mine. Definitely it'll be on mine. It might be my game of the year, but I don't think it'll be Jeff's game of the year.
Right.
And then we got the Outer Worlds 2.
Ooh, that's a really exciting one. Yeah.
And I forgot about Ninja Gaiden 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Ghosts of Yotai. And Silent Hill F.
There's still plenty of bangers to come out. Who knows?
There are some bangers.
This list will probably shift. I think this list will shift.
I think a couple might shift. I think these are some really solid hits, though, at the beginning of the year.
They are, for sure. I mean, Expedition 33 is just like, how do you beat it?
And I like to save one for the end, mine, what I think actually will win the Game of the Year. I was holding it back the whole time. I was keeping it secret. I was keeping it on the DL. I think this will win Game of the Year. And that's obviously Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings video game. A game where you're a hobbit and you make food. This game is definitely not going to be bad at all. It's definitely going to be the best game that comes out this year.
It definitely doesn't already have PC performance issues.
It doesn't have controversy, or it doesn't have anything. What do you mean PC performance issues?
I was reading an article where this lady said that her current GPU can't handle it.
What?
She's the upgrade.
I think you read the article. I think you read the article wrong.
Oh, maybe I did.
Because the Lord of the Rings, the article there was headlines that the minimum specs are so low.
Oh.
The GeForce GTX 770 is the minimum requirement.
Eesh.
Which is like multiple generations below my card, and my card is most of the time not even on the minimum spec.
Right.
So I'm excited. That game might be trash, though. I'm worried. That game might be trash. I also have no affiliate. I've never seen a Lord of the Rings game. I just like cute little games like that. That's just my genre.
I mean, yeah, here's the hoping for the cozy gamers. It's a good one.
And I think we're done though. We did it all. We've covered this week's biggest news.
Mm-hmm.
We've made bold predictions. Obviously, the boldest, bravest predictions anyone's ever made. No one has ever predicted any of these games.
You are now caught up, and yeah, definitely no one
and if you
expects Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year.
If you enjoyed our bold takes, please like and subscribe if you watch us on YouTube, and give us a rating if you're listening to if you listen to us on the audio platforms. Give us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure giving you this news this week, and we hope to see you next week for maybe some more interesting news than just one article about Subnautica, but it was kind of interesting. See you next week.
Adios!
Bye-bye!